Hello, true art believers, and welcome to today's live art stream. I know it's a little late, but I had a late day, and we're ready to get cracking. So today we're going to do some like hand studies. Hopefully, I am able to produce something of merit. We'll see. I'm kind of rusty on the anatomy and drawing the figure, so I figure might as well do it live. Anyways, let's get today's live art stream started, shall we? All right, let me find that file here. I have a, let's see here. All right, so we have there we go. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for these hand images that I have here, and I want to have them off to the side so I can use them as a source to work from. And so I don't know how I'm going to do this, but we're just gonna do it, and it's gonna do it for about 30 minutes or so, and we're gonna see what happens. Yep, we're gonna see what happens. There we go. Now I got to get the black here. Now I don't know whether I want to kind of just drawing box. We're gonna use a what's this drawing box? What's this look like? Of course. All right. So before I start, I'm just going to pick a simple dry media brush. I'm going to use the pencil simply because it's the one I have most experience with, and it's also the one I'm not going to have any trouble drawing because apparently, there we go. And we're just going to do this. We're going to do like okay. And shall we begin? All right. So here we go. We're going to kind of go to this side here, and we're just going to go and start out by doing some simple little hands here. Hopefully, we'll get a few of them in here. We're gonna get warmed up because it's been a while and I haven't done hands in for quite some time. So I'm just gonna start out simple here. We're gonna start out with the shape here, and we're gonna start out by adding another shape of something that is kind of hand-like. Oh wow, that's much larger than I thought it would be. Here we go. We're gonna do it even smaller. All right. So I'm just going to be practicing here. It's been a while, and since I've done any type of like drawings of this nature, and I'm going to have to go reflect, like look back at some examples, right, of like how people do these drawings, like how they like structure their figures or how they structure their hands here. And it's going to take me a minute to kind of get used to it. And I can't really tell by this source or reference that I'm using whether or not the hands are kind of tilted or not, or like bent. So we're gonna kind of just kind of work with it. All right, kind of do something like this, and then do something like that. Very, very rusty. Like I cannot stress the amount of how rusty I am with drawing the hand. I really am quite rusty. And I'm not, and because of that, I'm going to be drawing quite slow. So we're just going to kind of do something like that. Kind of draw this hand right here. Maybe the finger needs to be right, like right there. And we're going to keep it simple. We're going to, I think the finger kind of bends here. Can't really tell because the photo is about this big on the screen. kind of do something like that. Yeah, can't really tell. It's kind of bending. All right, let's go on and move on to something else. That one's not that good. Yeah, going to move something else. We're going to move on to a different hand here, and we're just kind of practicing. We're going to practice, okay? We're gonna be practicing today because I'm really rusty with all this stuff, and I need to kind of get reacquainted with everything. And once I like start getting like back in the groove, then I can see myself progressing forward a little bit more. But right now, I'm just trying to get used to seeing and breaking down some of these shapes here and so forth. So this is a very simple little hand study right here. Where the hand's kind of coming out, making making like a claw shape. And he's got that hand right here, and so forth. Now let's go and move on to something differently. Let's do this fist here. We're gonna let's just I don't know why I lost. There we go. Let's try again. There we go. For some odd reason I like lost uh I lost pressure sensitivity to the stylus here. This is always something that's been kind of hard for me is making a drawing of a fist on a side. I always felt that was like weird looking. For real, this looks it's like a weird looking shape. It's a weird looking shape to me. Perhaps I never could get like the those wrinkles correct. I don't know. We'll get to it. We'll get better. Anyways, let's move to another one. Every time I every time I tend to I move my brush or move my canvas, the pencil goes away. All right. So I'm trying to be very loose and not worry about whether or not these look good because they're really bad. It's going to take me a while. I haven't drawn hands in forever, and it shows. It really does show. So I'm just kind of like blocking out shapes and seeing where it takes me. You know, I'm just trying to block out these forms. Now, bear in mind that I'm looking from a very, very small area. So I'm not really able to see these details of the hands that I'm working from. Where did that photo go already? So we're just going to keep chugging along here. Man, I am not good at this. I used to be pretty decent at everything. Now I'm like just awful at things. I kind of like I haven't kept my sword sharp. I haven't kept my skills sharp. I've gotten better at like certain things, but other things I've been just neglecting throughout for years. And it's starting to show. Like it's very upsetting to an extent. Some people are like, "Oh, you never lose it." I think you do. It's kind of like I can't tell. I think this guy's finger is kind of tucked in here. You can't really tell. But there's these knuckles here. It's like a it's two knuckles kind of doing their knuckly thing, and then there's this right here. Ah, whoops! I meant to move the hand. All right, it's going to go down here and do this other one right here. Ah, it's too late to be drawing. I'm shutting down. I've already I if I don't have anything to say today. I just don't. Like I just got done with an interview and yeah, after that I just want to like game over and sit back and relax. And also I was meaning to sit down and do a bunch of preliminary hand studies before I even jumped into drawing hands because I haven't drawn hands in who knows how long. And it's not like just jumping back. It's not like jumping on a bicycle, you know. You just can't like just jump into it. So I kind of forgot how to kind of structure my hands. And with anything for me personally, I have to do things over and over again and just kind of falter and falter. Um, so this is going to be a thing I'm going to be doing for the next 100 days or the next 60 days. I'm going to be doing anatomy and just practicing it over and over again. I have stopped doing clouds, not outside. Like I've been practicing clouds um, in my on my own personal time. Like this morning, I practiced a little bit. This is weird looking. He's got like this. This morning, I was practicing a little bit, and I just didn't get to it. Yeah, I practiced a little bit this morning, and I was going to do a few, like do some studies on like how to do my like hands, kind of go back and do a little bit of research on how people are structuring their hands, and then try to apply that to this today's live stream. And I'm thinking that's what I have to start doing more and more often is a little bit of back research and applying it to my drawings as well. You know, so that's what I'm gonna be doing is doing those studies. That doesn't look too good. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna be sitting down and just hunkering away on this. So you're gonna see. I think you're gonna see some magic happen within the next 90 days, especially if I am able to sit down and kind of just focus on the just focus on improving because I haven't been able to kind of do that. This is frustrating some days. All right, now let's gonna select the whole layer. Just gonna shrink it down. Kind of move it somewhere. Let's move it right here. And why not? And then we're gonna go here and do another thing here. Let's do this. The point is, when you're doing these live streams and you're doing these drawings, and you just don't want to, you don't worry about like, oh gosh darn it! Every time go out of the window, my stylus decides that it doesn't recognize that it's in the program, so it's not going to draw. So the thing is, when you're doing these type of studies, you just got to keep doing them and do them indefinitely. Like I can't stress enough like the power of just repetition, because once I get back into the mix of things, um, I think there's going to be some growth. I hope so. And I've been doing a lot of like external research, external practice, and I've noticed that there has been some change, like some um, some improvement. It's been very micro, um, but it's there, you know. And so once I start looking into what other like strategies and trying to apply them to my own, um, I think there's going to be something magical happening. I hope so. At the very least, I can say that I've did 100 days of drawing, and I learned a little bit. So these aren't bad. They're not great. They're not really they're not like they're not good. They're not great, but they're not bad. So like they're a mixture between like bad and good. Yeah, buddy. Here we go. It's kind of doing this. Yeah, not bad from afar. So we gotta start. I gotta look into how everyone structures their hands and try to apply them to my own. Um, and just keep chugging along, man. Just keep chugging along. Um, Eventually, I'll get there. It's going to take me a while because I'm a very slow learner. A very, very slow learner. I can't express that enough. Case in point, I've been doing these forever, and these live streams forever, and I'm still messing up. I still can't find the words or the things I need to say throughout the day. You know, and it is what it is, and you're just going to have to keep trying, you know, and then eventually something's going to click, some way that I talk, or something that I say, or something that I do clicks, and just have no fear. One skill that I have is I just don't really have like a fear of failure. I've already done it already. I've already failed so many times on these live streams that just messing up one more time is nothing to me. That's a bad hand. I guess I would be so upset about the hand looking like this if I spent half the time, you know, on it. But I've been spending way too much time on these. Like there should be a lot less, a lot shorter. That's bad. I'm gonna move on to another hand. How about this? Let's just do this hand right here. Kind of do again, these hands suck. Oh my gosh, I'm rough. I am a little rusty on the hands. This person's doing like a weird come here thing. This photo that I have. It's like a little like come here, come at me. And it's gonna be weird. So what I'm doing right now, and I need to do a little look back and see what I should be doing differently, is I'm just kind of like looking them at simple shapes and at that right now. But there is a definite format to kind of constructing your hands, and I'm not doing it at for today. I just won't get to it today. I will probably get to it when I sit back and look at how other people are kind of doing it, because I know that if you want to, like, technically you're supposed to kind of you're supposed to think of it like this. It's like a box form right here. You put like your fingers in there and kind of put your fingers in those box forms, right? But I'm not thinking of it like that. I'm just kind of looking at them as purely like shapes at this point, because that's going to help me in the future when I work on when I do hands again. And I'm going to do hands I think every, what day is it? Thursday. And then, yeah. And then we're going to do the same thing with feet Friday. And then I was going to do like Saturday where I would do like gesture studies. Nothing, not like in depth figures, but like gesture studies. And then like Sunday would be head studies. Monday would be like torso. I had it all figured out where I kind of spend some time on creating a process of like days that I can practice doing these studies. And I was hoping that that kind of process would yield a favorable outcome with improving these drawings, you know. And I think there will be some growth. I think that it will show eventually, just not right now. It's not right now. It's going to take me a while to kind of really get used to doing these studies, and take like a sit back and just really see what I should be doing in the future. But I don't think they're bad hand studies, but they're not great. I'd have to. How did I lose my brush stylus? Gosh. So whenever I happen to have a live stream so late at night, it feels what does it feel like? Well, I tell you what, it does feel awkward, and I don't feel comfortable doing it. Um, if you've been watching these live streams for more than one day, you would know that like I'm doing something that I'm actually not an expert at. Like, I'm not an expert at doing hands. I'm not. I'm like a generalist with drawing. Like, I know a little bit of everything, but I don't. I'm not like well versed in all these things that I'm doing online. And so like you'll see everyone that does these like live streams, they really well, they know the thing that they're doing really well. They really they've they've dialed it down. They've got the formula down. And me, I'm just like, I kind of know how to draw a hand. I'm not an expert at it, but like I know a little bit, and I'm hoping to get better at it. So hopefully through trial and error, I'll get to this point where I'm able to kind of really improve at drawing you know. And I'm not saying that I'm not decent at drawing. Um, I just really slow. Like if I want to do something decent, if I want to do like a good hand, I actually have to spend time drawing it. I got and have to like do a bunch of erasing and redrawing and erasing and redrawing. So that's what I want to avoid. I want to get to this point where I don't have to do that erasing and redrawing, trial and error. I want to be almost organic when I'm doing it. And so that's what I'm going to be focusing on. And that's what this whole live stream is all about. And that's what these that's what the whole live stream is all about, really. Like I did it, I started it so that I could force myself into a habit of drawing daily, you know, and for the most part, I've done it. Like I've been drawing daily. The first 100 days was traditional. The next 100 days was just doing a simple formula over and over again. And then now I'm going to be doing the figure. And then I think what I'll be able to do is once I get well versed enough, I'll be able to explain these, uh, be able to explain these techniques a little bit more in depth. So here we go. So that one's not that bad. I think the shadowing kind of helps it real quick. Does a good job in expressing that form. What's another hand do I have? I don't think I have. Let's just go and do this hand. I only have 2 minutes, so maybe what I'll do is I'll do this thumbs up. The problem with this thumbs up is it's like what is it? It's like a shape here, and it's not even a full thumbs up. It's more like a. Anyways, it's got that the thumbs are kind of moving down, or like that point finger, that pointy finger. What's that? The index finger? I thought that was the middle finger. The finger that points at things. I think the one thing that should be taken from this is to never give up. You know, never stop trying, and to keep um, searching, keep exploring, and always try to improve. Oh, this is kind of sloppy. This is really sloppy. Partially because I'm really anxious. It's like this hand that has like a bunch of shadow to it. Anyways, that's it for the day. It's been 30 minutes. We're gonna call it a day. Not bad. Not great either. Good studies. Good first run. Good first run. Um, we're gonna see what happens after this. Anyways, let's see here. Let's go down here and put my signature. Just my P21 day 230 out of 300. And eventually, these hands will be super sweet. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's live art stream. Wasn't that productive? Actually, it was productive. I'm not gonna lie. There's some growth here, although all this stuff is kind of. But near the end, some things were happening, as is with pretty much all my work is after about 30 minutes, I start getting less anxious, getting more comfortable, and then I slow down a little bit. But when I first start, I get really get nervous, and the nerves kind of build up, and I'm like, oh, shaky, like, oh, I'm live, oh, I'm gonna make a mistake, no. But eventually, things start working out for the better. Well, that is it for the day. I hope you enjoyed today's live art stream. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button. I will be doing this every day for at least 300 days, and then possibly another 100 days after that, and then maybe another 100 days after that. We'll see what happens. This is Pierson. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. I hope you enjoyed today's live art stream. Cheers. Have a good night.